like she just rolled out of bed, then you're going to want to hear this, because simply asking her to look more put together before she comes in, it's not landing. It's not getting the result that you or are after. And it's not because she's lazy. It's not because she doesn't care. It's not, because you're asking her to change her appearance without, what we have to do is help her to understand her identity. Last week, someone asked me a question that kind of surprised me a little bit. They asked me, why do you still put on makeup every day? Get dressed, wear rhinestones. You only film once a week. You don't leave your house, right? Like, you work from home. You have a great Zoom filter. Why does it even matter? And I will tell you, right? Oh, does it matter? But for a med spa, for a luxury brand, for a team shaping identity and trust with patients, it matters more than almost anything. And here's why. So I actually learned this over 20 years ago during my master's program. Yep, I'm aging myself a little bit, but the fact that I remember it exactly tells you how deeply that it shaped me, it impacted me. So this study didn't just change how I showed up, it really changed the leader that I became. It shaped the CEO that I am today. It's the reason that I will always be zhuzhed and polished and radiant as a diamond girl. So what it was researchers sat in front of an unsolvable puzzle with children. And it wasn't to test their intelligence, but it was to test their identity. So in group one, they quit in minutes because they were just themselves. Now, group two, they lasted almost 10 times longer because they were told to imagine that they were superheroes when trying to solve this puzzle. And then the third group, they lasted the longest out of everyone because they were actually given the costumes of their superhero. So they didn't just imagine their identity, they actually wore it. And that was the moment that really clicked for me. It was that if I wanted to become her, right, this vision that I had for myself, then I had to dress like her. So before you even feel like you are the person that you want to become or embody, right, before you fully believe that you are that person, you as a med spa owner, this is where you have to come in for yourself and for your team, because your team is never going to rise above the identity that they're dressed for, that you're dressed for. If they look casual, they're going to think casual. If they look tired, they're going to act tired. If they look unpolished, they're going to deliver unpolished results. But when your team, when they look luxury, elevated, high end, right? That's the practice that you're building, that you're exuding. It changes their posture. It changes their language, their confidence. It changes the results as well. So they begin behaving like the version of themselves that's capable of delivering that premium patient experience that you want for your business, for your patients. So you, as the owner, must first set that example, right? So for me, I don't get ready for the camera. I get ready for me, for myself, and for the identity that I expect my company to embody. So I wear rhinestones for the CEO inside of me, for the leader, for the energy I want my team to step into, for the culture that I'm building. Because if I show up sloppy, unprepared, unpolished in my pajamas, I start my team meeting at 7:30 in the morning every single day, it would be wildly easy for me to stay in my pajamas because I'm busy getting kids ready for school in the morning, but I don't. I show up dressed, ready to impress, right? Myself. So I give everyone permission to do the same for themselves, right? But because when I show up as her, that vision that I have for myself, the woman who thinks like her, acts like her, leads like her, and becomes her every single day, I'm setting the standard that naturally elevates everyone around me, right? So your team is not just monitoring your policies that's written in a handbook or on the wall, right? They're mirroring your identity. So why implement a dress code? Why enforce it? Why model it? It's because getting dressed isn't about looking cute. It's not about looking cute. It's not about fashion trends, right? It's about conditioning your brain and your team's brain into the identity required to run a profitable, organized, luxury med spa, right? It tells their nervous system, I can do hard things. I hold myself to a higher standard. I show up as my best every single day because patients deserve my best. My team deserves my best, right? That I am her, that vision that I have for myself. So, dress code is not about clothes, it's about culture, right? It's your team's superhero costume, your business's cheat code, right? To becoming her, your daily act of becoming the practice that you want to be known for. We talk a lot about delivering a luxury experience for your patients, and it all starts with how you leave your house, right? How you walk in to your practice. So when your team, when they sparkle on the outside, that will activate the version of themselves who really can shine right on the inside to show up for themselves, for their team, for patients. And that daily decision is what changes everything in your business. So I challenge you tomorrow morning, before all the chaos begins, I want you to choose her, right? Then require your team to choose her too, right? Put on the lipstick, the earrings, or the branded jacket, or the polished, sharp scrubs, right? Whatever your version of her looks like. What is that? Define that. Set a standard for that, right? And it's not for patients. It's not for social media. It's not for a boy, but it's for the identity that you are building inside yourself, inside of your practice. Because every time you and your team, when they sparkle, you're saying, I'm leading myself. I'm raising our standard. We are becoming her, right? The practice that everyone in the market admires, right? Wants to be a part of, wants to go to, right? So don't wait for a reason. Don't wait for a special event. Don't wait for that VIP patient. Don't wait to be, called on to talk at a conference. Don't wait for the photo shoot or, film day for social media. Create one every single day, right? And that is you and the version that you want to be. So tomorrow, I want you to show up and every day after as the practice that you are stepping into, that you want to become, and hold that standard not only for yourself, but for your team as well, so that they understand it's not about looking cute, right? But it's about becoming the best version of yourself. And when you put on that superhero costume, it's going to remind you to not just show up, right? But to lead, to not ask for permission, and to become